Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, hello. Hopefully that is properly live. The ads always freak out whenever I click go. So, yay. Well,
Freaking out
Cap, what are we doing today?
today. We are doing an Aussie soft drink tier list with a strange moderator, according to the comment.
Yep, Text Cap, the strange mod, is back again.
Yep. I say, just yapping for 5 minutes, then we can get back into the list.
Now,
So,
I heard
um,
this from a somebody who had to translate for me. I heard that yapping is a derogatory word. Is this so, or it can be used either way?
I have no idea
Whoa, that was
it's
really
ever
loud.
been used. I do not believe it has been a derogatory term for any amount of time.
Mm.
It's purely just meaning conversation or speaking without any greater purpose or deep meaning.
See, that's what I thought. You're just like you're yapping away. It's like it's neutral,
Just waffling,
neutral at
just
best. Yeah, you're
essentially.
waffling, and waffling can be positive and negative in a way that waffling can be. But
Yeah, that's
like
true.
apparently, if you say "Ugh, you're yapping to someone, it's like you are talking to me, and I don't care about what you're saying. So it's like you're basically saying you're waffling, but like I don't know who would actually say that to another human being to their face with it not being in jest or being ironic and so like not ironic but more like um
I
just
agree
just having a
100%.
bit of fun. It's like lol but not really kind of thing. So I don't know anyone who would actually say that to another human being's face.
You
Maybe over
are,
the internet.
I believe, exactly correct. With the lads, we often say quit the yap as a jest, but nothing else.
Okay,
It
so
can be used
it's a
in
slight
some,
insult, but for your mates because it's funny.
essentially.
Okay, I can
Essentially,
get behind that something like that. But
it's
if it was
just
used,
informal slang,
hmm,
essentially.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Apparently, it's like taken on some new meaning, but well, I'm glad it still has the old meaning as well.
I
That's good.
surely hope it doesn't have a bad meaning anymore. It doesn't have a bad meaning.
Hmm. Well, that's good that it's not being used like that. Um, and on today's Ask a Younger Person Than Me, um, we find out what yapping means. No, um,
Now, how was
the true meaning.
everybody's weekend? How was everyone's weekend?
Well, what I did on the weekend was I did a bunch of chores. Very interesting. Um,
Oh
just
yes,
things
very fun.
things you gotta do on the weekend because you don't have enough time during the week to do them. That's just what happens. And when it's
Yes,
cold,
sound.
it's
Oh,
been
what's
oh
the temp for you at the moment?
yeah, like when it's cold and it's been like 0 degrees most mornings and even in the evenings,
Oh,
it's still not
that's
warmed up.
ne- that's no good.
It's so
I'm
cold.
freezing to death at 16, 15 degrees.
Man,
I
I'd
could not
kill for
survive in
16
that weather.
degrees.
I would kill if I was in that weather.
Yeah, no, it's quite cold. So like, so by the time, so I mean, when I'm at work, I'm in the warm, so that's pretty good. But like everywhere else, it's like freezing. And then so by the time I get home to a cold house, I'm like, like you don't want to do your chores then. It's too cold. You're barely surviving. So yeah, that's what
Absolutely.
happens. Okie doke. Well, it is nearly on 5 minutes. I think that's probably enough time for people to sort of go, oh, what's happening? Who's streaming? And let's see what I do is I see who's streaming when I go, oh, look, there's somebody. I've got my little plug-in on my browser, which is pretty
Fancy
cool.
all pro music.
Opera's pretty fun for that. Okay, so what we have, this is a pretty simple tier list. This doesn't go all the way up and down like the other one did, but we've only got a few, so I don't think it needs to be fairly expansive. Then we've got our Australian soft drink. Oh, we were going to start with this one actually. Then we've got just other generic brands. Now, as we pointed out in the previous episode of this, um, even though some of these may not be Australian owned and made necessarily, they are soft drinks that are familiar to Australia that we can get here that are pretty common here. So, Coca Cola obviously is an American company, um, as is PepsiCo and all of those other ones. But it's what we got. I would have liked to put more Australian brands on here but these are probably the most recognizable ones. Cap, would you say, in terms of
I
things
would
that aren't
agree.
Bundaberg?
Perk and Bundaberg, I'll be honest, are the only ones people care about.
They're the ones people would recognize. There are other ones probably we could have included. So, and also like the home brands of each of the respective supermarkets and that sort of thing. But that being the case, I might not be able to vote on a lot of those because I don't have all the supermarkets out here. It's just the ones that I have access to, so I probably don't really have those ones a lot. So these are the ones you can get pretty much anywhere. That are the popular ones. So we're rating the best popular ones. For example, there is one that a random used to be able to get, and then the shop like shut. There was this little cafe place that used to sell. I don't think it was. I don't know what. It's actually. It said it was.
No,
It was. Um. Sorry.
don't remind me. Are you talking about Barista Bros?
No. 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 Um.
Yeah.
There was this little cafe that just had a normal soft drinks fridge, and they had in it it was actually called Americana. So I know it wasn't an Australian soft drink, but I'm just pointing out that there are probably ones like this that are Australian, little glass bottle kind of delicious things that are like boutique soft drink kind of things. And there's this one that was like dark cherry flavor, and it was really, really, really good. Um, but I don't know where to get it anymore because it's not in any of the other shops. So that's like, it's just nowhere. And I forgot the exact brand of it, so now I can't Google for it either. I can't remember. Anyways, it's not important. The moral of the story is everybody's going to have their favorite. Oh, there's this one random brand and this one random flavor that is like the best flavor of all time. So that's not what this tier list is about either. So we got to go with what we got.
That most Aussies should know and have drinking throughout their life.
Exactly. Yeah. So these are like the um yeah, that basically sums it up.
On a very slight tangent, there used to be this delicious Australian drink company where they made like iced coffees, iced chocolates, that sort of things in bottles, called Barista Bros. And I used to love them as a child. The chocolate flavor was absolutely delicious. But they had the guts to go bankrupt,
Yeah,
and
that's really sad.
little old Cap cried when they went
Oh,
bankrupt.
that's very, very sad. I don't really drink iced coffee, so it didn't really affect me quite so much. But I can understand things going away, and I'm still sad about lattice biscuits being discontinued by Arnott. So it's not even that Arnott's is still around. They just were like, we're not selling this biscuit anymore. Stuff you. Thanks, thanks Arnott's. You're great. All right, we should get started. I think because we've flim flammed out around for 10 minutes now. I'll do this side if you want to do the other side. For our tier list. First off the rank is Seven Up. That's just a pretty good lemonade, I think. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Uh,
Mm.
it's not in the like, as in it's a solid choice, but it's
Mm.
yeah, pretty.
I
I'd say
think I'm
pretty good.
inclined to
What do you
agree.
reckon?
I'm inclined to agree with you. It's just an average lemonade at the end of the
Mm,
day.
the
From it there.
first, yeah, so the first few we're gonna have to, like, as it happened in the last tier, the first few may be adjusted depending on where we find everything sort of sitting. So if we'll put it
And
in,
thankfully,
yeah,
this is at least a quarter of the last tier list, so it's easier to change. I would
yeah,
give Will Drink if it's there. I would not go out of my way to buy it. Nor
um,
would I buy it to begin with.
okay. Oh, sorry, the 7 Up. So we'll drink if it's there.
Hmm.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Next one is, uh, sorry, I don't drink Coke a lot, but that's a picture of a vanilla Coke. Is that correct?
Vanilla Coke.
That's a vanilla
Yes.
Coke.
Heaven and
I'm gonna rate this based. I know it doesn't show it, but I would ordinarily get a vanilla zero, which is like pretty uncommon. Like, actually, is there? Are they? I'm sure they used to sell it. But it's like not super common. To actually be able to get. Yeah, they do have them, but it's because I can't even remember the last time I had one. Uh, where did my stream go? Oh, there it is. Um, So I personally don't think there's a difference in. Actually, I'll get to that, but I'm gonna rate this based on the zero because that's the one I've had, um, and I think that's also pretty good. Cap, what do you
that's
think?
fair. So Vanilla Coke is my personal favorite Coca-Cola ever made.
Yep,
The slight hints of vanilla give it such a good undertaste. It's delicious.
yep,
I will go out of my way to buy it. It's not quite the nectar of the gods like good old
yep.
cream soda is,
So up
but
here, you reckon?
up there, absolutely. But
Awesome.
Saria, tell me,
Yep.
what drinks do we have today at
Oh
hand?
yes, so let's take a moment to say what we're drinking at the moment. This is a family recipe passed down from I'm kidding. I think I looked up on the internet how to make it and just made it. One day, in my uni days. It is we've got homemade lemon lime bitters, which is basically Angostura bitters, which you slosh around the inside of your glass. You do a little around the inside of your glass, a little coating, and then you now there are two different ways to do it. Hmm?
It's oh, chat.
Vanilla Coke is fire. Yeah. Spoopy Neko Bitsy. Um
I agree with you, 100% Bitsy.
Cap definitely agrees with you. I have to preface this. We're about to go through all the Cokes, but I'm not a big Coke drinker, a big cola drinker specifically. I'm more of a flavored drinks kind of gal. But I agree it's the best of the Cokes, which is why it's sitting there next to lemonade, which I also quite enjoy. Yes, so we're drinking lemon lime and bitters. So yes, how you make it: swizzle around the Angostura bitters around the inside of your glass. Then the order of this after that doesn't really matter as much. It just depends. So you put a little bit in. You get a lime squeeze and lemon squeeze. You can use real lemon and real lime if you want to be super fancy, but like because this is uni student recipe, it's things that can stay on the shelf for a long time and you just grab whenever you need it. So you get the either from Woolies or wherever the lemon squeeze bottle and the lime squeeze bottle, and you put like some squeezes amounts. Taste may vary. If you like it really sour, you put more in. If you like less, you put less in. So if you're not sure, you can put like and then you put your favorite lemonade in, whatever lemonade you want, doesn't matter. And then if you need to top it up with a bit more um, lemon or lime squeeze, you do that. So that's how you make the lemon lime bitters. And then you can just gently stir it with a spoon or a stick or something. But I personally find that it's stirred enough by the time I pour the lemonade in. But um, yeah, so you like you say, how many squeezes of lemon and lime squeeze? However much you feel you can handle. If you want it stronger, put more in and put less. Start with like two squeezes of each, like small little like little things, um, and then like add more if you need to, and just like
I
taste it.
love
So
this.
yeah, definitely use actual lemonade. Don't use soda water because the you need the sugar from the lemonade to balance out the sourness. Unless you want it like super sour, you can have a sour lemon lime bitters if you used like not lemonade. But definitely use a sweet. like type lemonade, like a white lemonade or something like that, you can use lemon, but then it will be very lemony and it won't be the same drink. So you need to use a lemonade. Yeah, and that's how to make proper Australian lemon lime bitters. It's
Vegetable.
it's not exactly the same as what you get in the pub, because I think they use a type of cordial instead of lemon and lime squeeze. I know so because I see them put it in when I ask for it. So they've got a special cordial that they put in to make it. But in terms of the spirit of the flavors, it's pretty darn close to have a pub lemon lime bitters at home. Anyways, that's my story. Moving on to Coke No Sugar. Now, this is my controversial opinion. I think Coke No Sugar tastes exactly like Coke Full Sugar. And when we immediately, and it's not just like, oh, I had one every now and then. It's like we would have regular Coke just around, and then made the switch to Coke Zero, and immediately couldn't
That's
tell the
a
difference.
tough claim.
It
That's
is
a tough claim.
Diet Coke, totally different. Coke Zero, like the proper, like when they perfected the form. Mind you, we didn't swap right away. So Coke Zero went through a few iterations and things like that. But when they tweaked it the very final time, I think they nailed it. Diet Coke, 100% agree. It's totally different. You can either love it, hate it, whatever. But I think I'll drink it if it's there. And so cola, not into cola all that much, and I'm gonna put this in the same tier. I'll drink it as if it's there. My preference, obviously, over that would be Coke Zero, because I can't taste a difference. Honestly,
That's a
Cap, what's
that's a
your?
tough claim. That's a completely tough claim. Holy. So my opinion is they taste very slightly different. I
Mm,
used to gaslight myself into thinking Coke Zero is better. When I was just a blander, diluted version. I'll put Coke Zero and will drink it if it's there.
yep.
And normal Coke, I believed it was very good, but doesn't compare to vanilla Coke.
Yeah,
So
that's
this is
fair.
pretty good. Yeah,
Again,
accurate
we,
take.
we we're trying to figure out where our tiers sort of sit, because if um I mean, Nectar of the Gods is a pretty hot. Like, we're using that as S tier, because you're basically ranking
I
this
know
as B
exactly
tier
what's
and
gonna
A
go in
tier
there.
kind of thing. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Creaming soda. I will go out of my way to buy that. It's really good. It's potentially Nectar of the Gods as well, but again, if we're thinking about all the soft drinks that exist, there are some Bundabergs that fit in that category description, like specific ones that better fit that category. But I'll put it in. Go out of my way to buy it. Potentially, I might bump it up later though, depending on how everything else falls.
That is fair.
Yep.
So as some people might know from last Sunday stream, I full glazed the heck out of cream and soda. It's my probably my all-time favorite soft drink of all time.
Goes up here.
Delicious flavor. It is the nectar of the gods. I will drink it from a wet puddle. I will go out my way to buy at double the price. If it if it got discontinued, I will go to the ends of the earth to get it back. I will go grind up the corporate ladder at Kirk Soft Drinks, become CEO, and reintroduce it. That's my dedication to it.
Wow, that's that's pretty intense, Cap. Alrighty. Um, let's move on to the next one. That's amazing. I love your dedication.
I love
Diet
it.
Coke. Honestly, it because it ranks below regular Coke, I can taste the difference. Diet Coke, and it's a difference that I don't like. I will refuse it if offered, but like if I have some and I'm like, oh, okay, this is unpleasant, but I think refuse if offered. This can also mean, not I'll drink it if it's there, but if it's like if
Just a
it's
tiny bit.
we'll drink it if there's nothing, absolutely nothing else. But I probably would drink water over Diet Coke, to be honest. But like I wouldn't spit it out of my mouth.
Oh, oh,
What? What's the matter?
my heart just sunk.
Okay? Where do you put Diet Coke?
I think it's better than normal Coke. I think it's a lot better than normal Coke.
It goes here.
it would go most likely probably the same. This is pretty good. It's not as good as vanilla Coke, but better than normal Coke.
Okay, so I'll put it up here. That's fair. Look, I'm just saying I'm not a Coke person overall, and the difference, the fact that it doesn't have like I love vanilla flavor, so that's why vanilla Coke gets to be elevated. But if we're talking about a different version of regular Coke that I personally don't think is good as normal Coke, and in fact, it's kind of weird tasting to me. I guess people either love it or hate it. I suppose that's definitely a thing. That's all right. Fanta. Um, honestly, again, Fanta and Fanta Zero. I'm rating this based on Fanta Zero, but I've definitely had lots and lots of regular Fanta in the past before there was such things. I don't know, whatever it's called, but yeah. I love orange flavor. It's the nectar of the gods. It's really, really good. You give me an orange, whatever. It's amazing. Cap, what do you think?
I have to think about this. It's between Nectar of the Gods and Would Go Out My Way to Buy It.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
my favorite American soft drink of all time,
Mhm.
but probably only on par with vanilla Coke. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Would Go Out My Way to Buy It. Have you tried the Kirk's orange flavor soft drink?
I have the new one. It's really good. I quite enjoy that one. It's good. Not. I don't know if it's as good as either Fanta or Sunkissed. Because I didn't have them right next to each other, but I drank it and went, this is good. So I really enjoyed it. It was a good, solid orange soft drink. Would buy again, yes. Uh, what did you think, Cap? Have you had it or you've just seen it around?
I've had it a few times. Delicious soft drink. Would buy, would eat, would drink.
Mm,
Delicious.
yeah, no, I agree. Orange is really good. Kirk's is a good brand, and it's usually quite um in terms of like where it sits on the tiers of when soft drinks are on sale, because that's usually when I buy soft drink is when it's on sale. Kirk's
Absolutely.
is often just even if it's not on sale is often one of the cheaper ones. And it depends where you get it from, but there's often a pretty good special on Kirk's and Schweppes as well. Now that I think of it, but yeah, those are pretty good. Now this is Schweppes lemon lime and bitters. Cap, do we want to rate lemon lime bitters as made at home or the specific this bottle that anyone could buy off the shelf? So maybe we
Well,
should rate the one you can buy off the shelf, or should we rate pub ones slash homemade ones, because we've just said that the homemade one is pretty close to the pub one. What do you think?
I need to think for a moment, actually, now I think about it. But
Well,
I say we do verbally, we rank the drink in the bottle itself, but officially we do it as homemade or generic pub style lemon lime bitters.
okay, yeah. So if we're so the actual bottle of Schweppes, I agree. The bottle of Schweppes is probably pretty good, but when you get it from a pub or make it at home, it's the nectar of the gods. It's what I get if I go out to a pub, get a snitty. I'm getting a lemon lime bitters with that snitty. You better believe it. Every single time.
I love you too, Bitsy. I'll catch you in VC later.
uh, what's happening? Nectar of the gods.
Watch out.
All right, need to lurk. Just woke up and I need my Hollow Life fix. Bye bye, friendlings. Love you all. Ah, thanks, Bitsy. We'll see you later.
Bye, Bitsy. Love you. I'll see you in VC later. Anyway, lemon lime bitters. It's my classic order at any pub,
Yep.
and it's even better than Kirk's. I'll give it that.
Oh my
Because
gosh,
it's
it's better
homemade.
than the creaming soda. I think that's a fair call. That's a very, very fair call. Actually, in fact,
And
it does
just a
rank.
quick
So,
fun fact about lemon lime bitters: I've never paid for a glass, and my father's only paid for about 5 glasses. Everything else, only drinking at was only drunken at functions. Oddly enough,
really,
my special soft drink.
that's a good way to get free soft drinks. That's really nice. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, this stream was just sneakily to tell everybody about the good word of lemon lime and bitters. Um, hydrate.
Before I
Cheers.
forget,
Cheers, Cap.
hydrate. Ding.
Ah, it's so good. Mm-hmm. And a snacker. For my snacker today, I have strawberry Pop Tart because
Who
I
would
was
have
running
guessed?
late. Yeah, who would have guessed? Oh.
I
Mm.
need a snack of myself. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
And what snacker do you have, Cap?
I got jelly beans at
Mm.
9:57 in the morning.
Why not? I'm having a Pop Tart, it's the same amount of sugar. Okay, moving on to Bundaberg. Now, as we said in the last tier list, this Bundaberg is representing the average of all Bundabergs, which of course is Nectar of the Gods for me. Cap, what do you reckon? We're going to break down that rating later on. But if we're talking about Bundaberg soft drinks as a whole, it's got to be up there. And even if we're just rating ginger beer, it's also Nectar of the Gods. So it works both ways. Cap, what do you reckon?
I half agree with you. I'm not a ginger beer person myself,
Fair?
but overall, as a brand, S, high S, Nectar of the Gods.
It's good.
Love it.
In fact, I put mine here. Would you put yours above the creaming soda or just below it?
Just below the creamy soda.
Fair
There's
enough.
some bad flavors in the bunch.
There are some not good flavors, or there are also flavors that I haven't tried that may not be so good. All right, next up. This is another. I think this is the ginger ale. Let me zoom in so I can see. Oh, it's sorry. It's the Kirk's ginger beer. Just zoom in on this. I normally get the Kirk's ginger ale, which is slightly different. Ginger ale is different to ginger beer, but they're both good. So I'd rate them the same. So this can stand in for the ginger ale too, but I have had one or two Kirk's ginger beers as well. But ginger ale is the one I'd actually more likely pick up, and I'd probably go. I would go out of my way to buy it. That being the case, I tend to only get what's on Nectar of the Gods. Like, I'll go out of my way to buy it if it's on special. Because anything in this list, like, this is pretty good. I still don't buy it all that often, unless I need a lemonade for a mixer. I usually just have a lemonade on hand because I need it for, like, mixers and stuff like that. Or
fair.
if I have a visitor who doesn't like regular things, oh, would you like some light? Like, everybody drinks lemonade. Pretty much everybody drinks lemonade. And kids drink lemonade and stuff like that. So, you can offer, just a plain sugared, usually sugar-free lemonade. So, yeah.
That is a fair point.
I just always keep lemonade on hand, but when I'm buying things, I'll usually get these, especially if they're on special. Like, this whole set I get if they're on special, but if both of these are on special, I'm getting this tier most of the time.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think about the ginger beer? Now, you're not a ginger beer
I'm not
person, but
that
is
big
it
of a ginger
okay?
beer fan. Will drink if it's there.
Yep.
But it is a Kirk's, so it moves up that this is pretty good.
Yeah, fair.
Brand bias.
That's fair enough. Kirk's, now since there are the specific lemons, I'm gonna have to say, the Kirk's lemon this is pretty good. It is pretty good. And actually, I'm gonna just rate all of the lemons together because we're now pitting lemons against lemons. Compare lemons with lemons and apples with apples. Solo is I will go out of my way to buy it. Solo lemon. I do quite like a lemon flavor. I sometimes have to be in the mood for it, but it is like the best. Solo is the best lemon flavor. It's sweet and it's tart and it's punchy. I think we talked about this last time. And then Lift is same probably. It's pretty good. I do like lemon flavor overall, so it sits in the pretty good category.
That was a rip-off of Solo for a long time.
A rip-off. Well, I mean, they're both lemon flavored.
Because I think they're both trying to go for that more pungent, more strong lemonade.
I guess so. Now, I don't know what this one is, but I'm gonna guess it's similar to the Sprite. That's a lemon Sprite, I think. I think didn't Lift get discontinued and it's been replaced with this one, and they're both on this tier list for some reason, so I'm gonna just put them on the same level. What do you think, Cap?
I can respect your decisions,
Yep,
but my personal favorite lemonade or lemon drink is the Kirk's Lemon
that's fair.
because that strong citrusy punch. I love that one. We'll go out of my way to buy it
Yep.
because it's always on sales.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
it is
Solo,
usually pretty good.
it's
Yep.
Solo is delicious. It's my second favorite lemonade. This is pretty good.
Pretty good. So second favorite lemon drink. And what about Lift and Sprite being the basically
Lift.
the same thing? I think.
I will put both. I'll put all the lemon drinks in besides besides the proper Kirk's lemon. And this is pretty good. Those are all solid choices.
Yep. So like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds good. Kirk's lemonade. Now this is a pretty good lemonade. Again, I think all lemonades are pretty fantastic, and this sort of sits up next to the 7 Up, so it's pretty good. What do you think? Kirk's lemonade.
Kirk's lemon.
Oh,
I
where
wouldn't
did
drink.
Cap? Where did you go?
Oh what?
So it
What do
was
you mean?
noises. I couldn't really hear what you were saying for a second.
Okay, so with Kirk's lemonade, in my opinion, it's one of the better ones. It would be this is pretty good, except it's a Kirk's, so I would go out of my way to buy it.
You would go out of your way to buy it. Excellent. Cool.
I had a little voice crack. Sorry.
No. Like the shuffling. Like there was something against the mic. I think. Like all I could hear was like shuffling
Oh,
noises. I don't know if you were
jacket.
holding it or something.
It was probably my jacket.
Ah,
Jeez.
yeah. If you've got something, yeah, it sounded like clothing. Yeah, if you've got, just careful of, yeah, brushing the mic against because it
Oh,
picks everything up. Um, Now this
absolutely.
is, I'm trying to. I don't think I've bought this in Kirk's. I rarely see it on the shelf where I am, so I'm
I did not know that existed. With
uh
someone from the five big cities, I've never seen it on shelves actually stocked.
yeah,
I've
no. So
never
I've
tried.
I've never had. So I'm gonna go with never tried. Same for you, Cap. Never tried. Yep, cool. I just realized this is actually ginger ale. So I'm just gonna quickly pull this one down here, pop that up there, pop this up here, and pop this one down here. And
Ooh,
now we're going to rate Schweppes ginger ale, which is quite a good one. I think I would go out of my way to buy it. I love a good ginger ale in particular. It's really good. Yeah.
I see. I see.
In fact, I
So,
rate it above the Kirk's ginger beer. I think just generally.
ooh, that's okay. Okay. Me personally, not a big ginger fan, and I don't have the brand bias attached like the Kirk's one. So we'll drink if it's there.
We'll drink if it's there. That's fair enough. Schweppes lemonade. So when we're talking about, I generally just buy lemonade to have lemonade, but honestly, the Schweppes lemonade hits the hardest. I like Schweppes lemonade. It's really good. Don't know what about it I like the most, but it's
Oh,
it's a
oh my heart.
it's a low will go out of my way, or a high it's pretty good. Um
Oh,
if it's on special, and it's often on special, so I'll definitely get it if it's on special. As
I
the
see.
lemonade I'll buy, but I won't always buy lemonade if that makes sense.
Yeah, fair. I entirely disagree with that statement. I disagree with it so much. I think
Mm,
it's a standard lemonade, and I will only drink it if it's there.
yeah, that's fair.
Because out of all the functions I have to go to almost every other weekend,
Mm-hmm.
they only have Schweppes lemonade. So I will drink it, but not my first choice at all.
No, that's fair, but it's fairly ubiquitous as well, so it usually is there. Um, here's an interesting. They picked Sprite for this one, but like McDonald's Postmix. Now we all there's. I guess there's a whole debate of like, is Postmix different to what you can get in the bottle? And the answer is probably yes, because there are ratios. I know how Postmix drinks work. I used to work one, and you can adjust it to have more or less, and then it's different when it's like freshly bubbled and all the rest of like the mouthfeel and all the rest of the things. There are a lot of variations and factors when you get something post mix, even if it's the same flavor. The mixing of it does make a difference. That being the case, um, I'm gonna put it in that this is pretty good because it's lemonade, specifically Sprite, and specifically they used to have Sprite Zero, um, and now and they've changed back to regular Sprite again. So I'm like, okay, McDonald's, like, do you give me no options then? Like that's kind of rude. So
I
I'm gonna
see.
say this is pretty good. Yeah,
I'm just imagining Sarah working at a Macca's now. It's pretty funny.
I didn't work
But
at Macca's though.
dang it.
not
Well,
not at Macca's, but I have experience with post mix machines.
I see. I've
It
been trying.
yeah.
Oh, you continue. You continue.
I'm not sorry. What do you think of the Macca's post mix
I
Sprite
agree
specifically?
exactly with your rating. I agree exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my first choice, but it's a lemonade, so it's still very good.
So this is pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. I mean,
Definitely not my first choice, but it's still solid.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be my first choice at Macca's when it's the zero. Otherwise, I'd get the Fanta. But the Fanta they haven't introduced as a zero sugar one yet, so it's really annoying actually. But for flavors, yeah. Fanta's always gonna win. Mountain Dew. I think it's just pretty good. You gonna fight me on that, Cap? Oh, hang on, what happened? Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, Discord just restarted. Sorry, Cap, are you back?
I am indeed black. Sorry, back. Whoopsies.
That's alright.
I am. I am indeed back from that little Discord shenanigan.
Yeah, sorry, that was definitely me because my Discord just rebooted up. It just Discord things. Well, just Discord things. Anyways, what do you think of Mountain Dew? I've placed mine in. This is pretty good. Actually,
I love Mountain Dew.
yeah.
I
Where
love
where where would you rate? We'll go out of your way. Nectar of the
it.
Gods.
Go out of my way because it's not Aussie. It's very good, but it's more unique, so I don't have it often at all.
Me neither. Um, honestly, if comparing it to all of these like lemon and things, like it's gonna be pretty far down the list. I'll drink it above Coke. I think I'm gonna move mine down a little bit because I'll drink it above Coke, but not above any of these. So it kind of fits more like here. Pasito is amazing. I love Pasito. It's passion fruit
I need to
flavored.
pay. I need to pay for my hydrate.
Oh yeah, hydrate.
The mic pick that up.
Yes, very loudly, if that was your intention.
Yep.
All right,
Oh,
what do you think of Pasito?
nectar. It's a nectar of the gods.
It's pretty
It's not
good.
Aussie.
Yeah. I don't often buy this brand. Um, I don't see it a lot, and I don't pick it up a lot. But if it's passion fruit, I think it's pretty good. I've had it once or twice when it's around. So what do you think? That's where I've got mine.
Of almost exactly the same mine. So in regards to it, I've had it like twice at church. That's literally it. That's it.
So drink
Twice
if it's there or pretty good.
pretty. It was delicious. It was a passion fruit soft drink.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, passion fruit's always going to be good. It's just I don't know. It's just not around enough or on special
It's not.
enough. It's not
It's not like a
noticeable.
pasito.
Sorry,
Nothing can beat a pasito when it comes to passion fruit.
this is true. Um, but yeah, if there's pasito flavored soft drink to have, that's I mean, I'll pick it. Maybe not above any of my other favorites, but yeah. Um, Pepsi Max. Again, I'm not a big cola drinker, but I'd probably rank it above. I if I was going to KFC, I'd get a Pepsi Max over a Mountain Dew. Um, that's just how it would be, but it's kind of on the cola tier of things, and same with these ones. So like it's above the others, but not by much. Um,
Pepsi or
sorry.
Pepsi or Coca-Cola?
Well, Pepsi above the Coca Cola, because I don't drink Coke
Oh,
all that much either. They're both on the same tier. It's the same tier. I will drink it if it's there. I'm not a cola drinker. I said this.
yeah, but my heart just sunk as you said Pepsi over Coke.
It's not Pepsi versus cola for me. It's not Pepsi versus Coke for me. It's cola versus every other drink flavor in existence. Like
That's true.
it's not like I'm picking Fanta over Sunkist, um, because I'm gonna put them. Spoiler alert, in the same tier because they're both flipping basically the same drink almost. I mean, they're
Okay,
okay, so they taste different. They do have different tastes, but the overall experience of cola flavored soft drink is basically the same. Anyways, that's just
true.
my opinion. All right, where would you rank
That's
Pepsi?
true.
Pepsi Max first.
This, despite my quick argument tangent, I agree with your ratings for Pepsi and Pepsi Max. I think they both would drink better.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Sprite, regular Sprite, as it turns out, is this is pretty good because it's lemonade. Lemonade is pretty good. I'd probably rank it as one of the better lemonades. Just generally, it's pretty good lemonade. What do you think, Cap?
100% in a grill. I must admit, it is delicious, but it's a lemonade, so it's always going to be good. But
Yep,
nothing like nectary of the gods.
gotcha. So this is pretty good.
Yep,
Cool.
I agree with your ratings.
And Sunkist is also Nectar of the Gods. Basically, these two are like a pair for me. Where would you put Sunkist, or do you like Fanta or Sunkist one more than the other?
Oh, it's so with that, I agree with you that both exactly the same. But the difference is, almost never have Sunkist
Mm.
because it's only at KFC.
Yes.
It's
For me, there's we can get the Sunkers Zero, and it's often on special. But yes, it
that's
is
fair.
only at KFC in terms of fast food places. But if I'm picking up like a bottle or a couple of cans and that sort of thing from the supermarket, that one is
Uh,
often like a big 24 pack will be like 40% off or something like that, and it's like,
yep,
yeah,
yep,
I know what I'm having for the next couple of months. Um, so it's pretty good.
yeah. I'm in
Yeah,
a grill. I'm in a grill. So.
awesome. Yes. Now, I if people are going to argue, it's like they have different flavors. Technically, if you gave me one and then the other, I probably could tell you there is a difference between the two. But in terms of, again, what you're getting out of the drink, which is to have a pleasant, sugary orange drink, they serve the same purpose. And any differences between the two, one slightly this and one slightly that, the differences are not big enough to really make a difference, if that makes sense. As opposed to lemon can very wildly, because you can either have it too sour, too sweet. There's a balance there that you have to strike. Whereas lemon is like, you know, balancing act, and orange is more like, oh, it's orange, yum. Yeah. So that's our tier list for the general Australian soft drink tier list of soft drinks most Australians will recognise and have drunk at some point in their lives, except for there's a random Kirk's flavour. There are so many other Kirk's flavours that this tier list could have put in, and then just chose violence. I don't know. Chose the cola. I assume it's their Coca Cola variety, but again, I haven't had it, so I don't know. So we're not rating it necessarily. All right, we're moving on to the Bundaberg.
The best for last. The
The
one where we can very much so yap. Oh, I love.
yes. Okay, so I want to point out I have been to the Bundaberg soft drink factory quite a few,
So
quite a
have
number
I.
of times. It's the best place to go, isn't it? Isn't it a factory of wonder and amazement? It's like Charlie and the
It's
Chocolate
our
Factory, but for
coolest.
like soft drinks. It's so good.
Exactly. Exactly what I was gonna say. Now, I've been to Bundaberg a few years ago. The city itself was the city itself was very boring. Nothing to do in the city besides maybe a strawberry farm. But that soft drink factory,
Wait. Are you talking
my
about Bundaberg as a whole? Because Bundaberg as a whole is amazing. It's a great city. It's a lovely little. It's a lovely city.
I consider it a tiny town personally.
I don't, but that's a different story for another day. I think
Yep,
it's
indeed.
lovely. I think it's absolutely lovely. I don't
I
think it
thought it was
has.
good. That's
Sorry.
good.
Anyways, let's
It was good.
we won't get look. We won't get into it here. I
Whatever you
think
want.
Bundaberg's are lovely, and it's a lovely medium city or whatever. Anyways,
Mm.
um, I'm just going to. Sorry, I'm just doing a thing here for a second.
I love Bundaberg soft drinks.
They're
They're
pretty. They're
heaven.
pretty good. Already the very first one is the passion fruit flavor. I'm glad that whoever did this tier list grabbed the images with the flavor on the
Reflection. Yep.
outside so we could see it properly. So, do you want to go first, Cap? You can be first in these ones.
Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess.
You think it's the best, or do you think it's super passion fruit
Best.
flavor? The
Best.
best? Yep,
Delectable.
yep. Passion fruit is pretty delicious. Again, I may have actually. You know what? I'm gonna put it in super. I have to say that we're gonna have to like the worst Bundaberg one is still going to be great, probably.
Yeah,
So
after
I'm going to have to go easy on putting what's in the best. I'm going to have to
just
spread it out a
we need
little
to
bit.
we need to accurately scale it for Bundabergs, not oval for soft drinks.
Yeah, if anything's in the all right or great category, it's still like in terms of
Great.
this is everything is above this line pretty much. So, all right, Cap, what do you
Yeah,
think of
disclaimer.
mango?
Disclaimer.
Yep.
Everything for me is above a grade. Is above a grade. But for mango,
Yep.
comparing it to other flavors, it's alright.
That's fair. That's fair. For me, it's one of the best ones. I am a sucker for mango flavor, even above passion fruit. So, that's me personally. We're ranking citrus fruits at this point. I think mango is absolutely delicious. All right, I believe this is the lemon lime bitters one. I have to say honestly, I don't buy lemon lime bitters as much in a bottle. Mostly because I make it. Yeah, that is lemon lime bitters. I mostly make it at home or get it from as described. And also Bundaberg is rarely on special, so I get my top tier ones when they're on special, or even when they're
Oh,
not on
absolutely.
special. I rarely have the opportunity to be able just to pick up some of these flavors, either if they're not available usually, or the only other time I've had them is when I've visited the Bundaberg soft drink factory. So I'm ranking these
Absolutely.
flavors based on memory for some of them because I don't get them all the time. But lemon lime bitters, I think it is great. It's a great flavor. Oh, sorry, Cap.
Of
Yep.
of the exact same mind, I think it's wonderful. But compared to other Bundabergs, it's only great.
Yeah, fair. Sorry, I forgot you were going first. This next one is oh jeez. Again, I don't
What is
remember.
that?
Guava. It's the guava one.
Well, I've had that precisely twice. Once at a sushi restaurant.
Oh
Second
yeah.
time was when it was a business expense. It was really good.
Yeah,
It was
really good.
very good.
Super?
But I don't
Great.
super, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't get it more often. It was actually really, really good.
Guava is a sleeper. It's really good. People don't realize how good guava flavor actually is. So I agree. It's pretty super. Again, these ratings may change based on reshufflings later. Now this next one I think is grapefruit. Make it big. Pink grapefruit specifically. Yeah, again, it's struggling to remember some of these. I've had some of these more than others, so yeah. Pink grapefruit is the next one. What do you reckon, Cap?
So I had it a few times, but in my opinion, I don't like grapefruit as a fruit, so it didn't really translate for me.
Yeah, that's
It was
alright.
still abundant, so it was great. But like compared to other flavors, probably only a alright.
Only an alright. That's fair. Like we said, disclaimer is that these are all actually fantastic, and we're just spreading the ratings out over a larger scale. Um, I pink grapefruit. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it tastes because I haven't had this one very much. Um, I think. I think it's in the grape in the great category. Um, yeah. Our next one is traditional lemonade. So like a lemony lemonade. But yeah, traditional lemonade is the next one. Oops.
I I have that rarely. But it's just like lemonade
Yep,
at the end of the day.
it is.
However, it is a Bundaberg, so it moves up multiple rankings just because of that.
Yep.
So it is super.
Oh, it's super. Okay, fair, fair, fair. Um, I think I think this particular one. Hmm. I can't put them all up here, so this is tough for me. I'm struggling to put any in the alright category unless there's actually the one that I would rank lower is not even in here. Don't they have an apple one
What
or something
flavor?
like that? It's
Does an apple? I would never get an apple soft drink.
Oh, apple flavor can be good, but it's not my highest ranking tier. I'm gonna put it in the
I
alright category because it is regular lemonade and it's just fine. It's just fine. Now, Cap. This one is. Why is there two? Hold on. There's two copies of. Okay, there's sauce and diet sauce, but my opinion is that they are the same. But Cap, what do you think about the
could you
sarsaparillas?
jog my memory on a SARS, please?
Sarsaparilla. So,
Oh, I know what that is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I compared to the other, it's a really good flavor.
Like licorice
But,
flavor, essentially.
but compared to the other ones, it was probably only all right.
That's fair. For me, I'm addicted to sarsaparilla flavor. I don't have it all the time, but and it's also quite rich. It's a very rich flavor. But when I'm in the mood for it, and I have one, I'm like, yeah, sars. It really hits the spot. So it's really good. And it's not that like, oh, if I have it and I'm not in the mood for it, it's awful. It's more like, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of flavor impact in one punch. So it is when you're drinking it and fantastic. I don't know why there are two copies, but let's put it up there twice. No, I'm just gonna put that at the end because I don't know why there are two copies of it there. Next one is the creaming soda. Cap. Have you had the Bundaberg creaming soda in particular?
I have had it. It is heavenly. It is
Up
on
here,
par, if not slightly better, depending on my mood, than Kirk's, actually.
fair. So it sits up here.
Absolutely. It is straight up nectar of the gods.
Uh,
If a cloud urinated it, I would be drinking it.
I'm inclined to agree. It is probably, aside from one that's coming up, probably one of the best Bundaberg soft drinks is that creaming soda. The red creaming sodas. There are other types of creaming sodas too. There's like brown ones and other things, but like red creaming sodas. I
Mm,
find the Kirk's one it's delicious, obviously, but it can sometimes be a
absolutely.
lot. And as can the Bundaberg ones as well, but the Bundaberg one feels creamier and smoother, so it helps that
Oh,
balance the
I
punchy
agree
flavor of it.
so much.
And it's not too sweet. Whereas the Kirks, I think I can only have like a. Sometimes I can only have half a can at a time because it's very intense. I still love it, but
I
like
agree.
by the time you get to the end of the can of a Kirk's red creaming soda, it's like, oh, that was a lot. Even like I get the no sugar ones, and so like sometimes it's like, oh, that was a lot. And then, but by the end of a Kirk's Bundaberg one, I don't feel that way. So the balance of flavors that they have there is quite good. We're just going to take a brief. Where are we? We're just going to take a brief moment. I've asked Suno to create us well, but it brings two, a fun dance pop song about how good Bundaberg soft drinks are. Would you like to
Somewhat.
hear this?
That's the
Ready for a
base.
dance break?
I
We're
would
going to
love
take a
to
dance
hear it.
break. So here we go. Here we go. Dance break time. I'm just going to pop it over here. Here are the words. It's
I
pretty
might
good
need
so
to
far.
hear it. Stream absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, it's got American things in it. Oh no. Root beer sarsaparilla. So. Bundaberg. Like it's a European accent almost. Which makes sense. It doesn't
Yeah.
really know how to pronounce it, but that's
Oh
alright.
well. At least it made a banger song.
Yeah. That little
Melody on point for this.
I love that little hook that they put in. It's that's quite good. Now there was a second one, but we might take a dance break at the end. I meant to take a dance break in the middle of the other ones. Whoa, and that'll be the same lyrics anyway. So, um, yeah, I think it got it pretty good. It talked about all the flavors. The only thing is it called sarsaparilla root beer, but it is still the right flavor. It said mango, lemon lime bitters. I'm presuming, hopefully, mango and passion, maybe passion fruit. Like it covered it knew the assignment. It got it. It was good. It was good. Now we're up to the penultimate, the quintessential, the classic ginger beer. Cap, where does this one go? In
Okay,
terms of other ginger
I might,
beers, other
I might,
Bundabergs.
I need to give up my Australian citizenship for this, but compared to the other flavors, I don't like it.
Is bad.
Um,
You don't like ginger
it's
beer.
bad.
That's really
I don't like
sad
ginger beer.
because I think it's one of the best flavors.
Am I giving up my Australian citizenship now? I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. If you get to keep it, then so do I, because I don't eat Vegemite. So I think we're both safe. I
You
guess.
don't eat veggie.
Yeah,
Whoa.
we went over
Now
this
then.
last stream. You forget.
But like, I was gonna say one more time. Vegemite and ginger beer are not the same thing. Vegemites are part of our constitution, practically.
It's not though.
Ginger
I
beer is
checked.
also a thing. It should be. Oh well. I
It's
can have my citizenship. You can have your citizenship. We're all, as the song says, we are, you are, we are Australian.
I am, you are, we are Australian. Yes, so it's fine. You can like different things. It turns out not everything has to be a culture war, yeah? Not everything. We can have
Does it?
cultural celebrations. We don't have to have wars about them, though, yeah?
Sure there.
Alright, alright. Let me see. What is this? Uh, is this the blood orange? Oh, it is the blood orange.
Blood
Some of these
orange.
bottles look very similar, and I'm blind. Um,
I might. I love blood orange
you'll,
personally. Schweppes blood orange is my probably one of the best Schweppes flavor. And
yeah?
blood orange from Bundaberg does not disappoint. It is a super. It is super.
Super. That sounds good. I think it's great. I think it sits on par with the other ones, and I think it's great. Um, in
That's
fact,
fair. That's fair.
yeah. You know what? I think it is better than again. There are some great lemon lime bitters out there. Bundaberg obviously is fine in terms of lemon lime bitters, but I think blood orange does rank above that. So I'm going to pop it up to there too. Now, Cap, pineapple and coconut is
I thought it
very
was a very
important.
unique combination. I loved it. It was such a unique flavor, and they complemented each other so well.
They
It
do
was
indeed.
probably a super. They're
Super.
both tropical fruits, but
Yes.
the sourness and the like sweetness from the coconut perfectly mixed, and it was delectable.
Yeah, so the creamiest and the deep flavor of the coconut with the pineapple, tartness, sweetness, tanginess, all of the things. I think it's the best. It's the best one
Mm.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like creaming soda, it used to be creaming soda. Um, and this is before I had either of these ones. It used to be this one, then this one, then this one as my top three favorites. But actually, turns out this is the best one. This one still sits like there. Where did I have this? I think I had it there. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because mango's absolutely delicious. But this, pineapple and coconut, some of my two favorite flavors of all time in one soft drink bottle is, and by my favorite soft drink company, it's the best soft drink of all time. Both of these actually would be in that category. These two are the best soft drink
I
flavors of all
can
time for me because I really
partially
like those
agree with that
flavors in
actually.
particular. Like I like pineapple things and I love coconut things. So that's the combination makes it triple S tier for me.
So, for me personally,
Mm,
my favorite soft drink company is indeed Bundaberg, and about 5 out of my top 10 soft drinks of all time are all from Bundaberg.
that's
My
fair.
top three being coconut, pineapple, passion fruit, as well as the all loving creamy soda,
Mm-hmm.
creaming soda.
Creaming soda is yeah some of the best flavor. Like I love creamy sodas from all sorts of soft drink companies. So I agree, hard agree. What do you think of? One moment.
Apricot.
It's peach. It was pretty close. They're pretty close.
So
Peach
I
flavored.
think I had both flavors. Apricot was okay, but peach was actually pretty good. But compared to the other flavors, it was only alright.
Only all right. Yep. I particularly like peach flavored things, and I think it's not quite up here, but it's definitely a high super for me. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
high super. Oh yeah.
yeah. I quite enjoy. That's because again, what we're basically doing here is this is probably some of the best versions of citrus flavored soft drinks you'll find in a lot of these ones. And because Bundaberg do it so well, what we're actually doing is ranking whether or not we like the citrus flavor in our soft drink. So that being the case, all of the above are actually very high tier, but we're just spreading them out across the tiers. And it's very hard not to put all of them up here or up here. So oh no, we've done sarsaparilla. So sarsaparilla, Ella, gonna have sarsaparilla, Ella. Anyways, we're already at the end of that tier list. Cap, would you like to make any adjustments to your list?
I'm
I've been changing
content.
mine around as I go. Yeah.
I'm very content. I think Bundaberg, despite the rankings in this tier list, they're all extremely nice.
Mm.
Despite my dislike of ginger beer, it is still probably high B or low A tier for me overall.
Yeah. So where this one starts, it basically starts about here and goes up, kind of
Basically,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's still, we'll drink it if it's there or it's pretty good. Um, for me, I don't think anything is in this category. Mine sort of all sit. And if it's on special, I'll go out of my way to buy it. I didn't spot, apart from this one, that one might be this. This is the only one where it would be. We'll drink it if it's there. The lemonade. It's just not as good as other. Like it's not the same as other lemonades, and therefore it doesn't rank as highly for me personally because there are so many other better Bundaberg flavors to get. It won't be if I'm going to the soft drink factory and I'm making up my mix pack of things to take home. It doesn't always make it into that mix pack, uh, because these other ones are like,
Oh,
you know,
so heavenly.
it's so good, so good. But like these ones sitting in the shop, like I'll never buy this one from the shop if there's any of the, like, because they all usually go on special. Like if there's a 20-30% discount, oh, you know, I'm picking up some of this one, some of this one. This one I can't find a lot of the time. It's not in the shop, so I have to get that one when I go to, like, I'm sure there are certain flavors they don't put out to the supermarket, and I feel like this is one of them. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but like I often don't see this one sitting on the shelves, which is unfortunate. You kind of have to go to the, and this one as well. If this one was there, I would
Mm,
get it more often. But these are the two I ended up buying the most because you can actually get them. Uh, the
absolutely.
ginger beer as well is almost always around to buy.
Mm.
Yeah. So hang on one second. I think it was beeping. I heard a beeping. Sorry, I heard a beeping noise, but then no beeping noise. So I don't know. Um, yeah.
I'm
So
gonna miss Bundaberg so much.
would you say, so you've rated passion fruit and creaming soda? Would you rate creaming soda over passion fruit flavor, or they both?
Yes, absolutely. Creamy soda,
Yep.
way better than passion fruit.
And
They're
what about
both
your
amazing flavors.
super list?
Super
They're all
list.
sort of the same, on the same tier, same
Um,
level.
move up coconut and pineapple to the first spot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Super.
It is an amazing combination. Um,
The creaminess is unparalleled. It's preeminent.
it's pretty good. Um, yeah, so that's I'm pretty happy with my tier. Mine's are like inverse triangle basically. I think that's pretty good. Um, yeah. But yeah, these soft drinks, like even compared to these ones, it's like I'd rather drink these, because they're just so good. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that was a much shorter tier list than we anticipated. We can do another tier list. We can just go to tiermaker.com. Let me just
Not a bad idea. But sorry, in the near future, would you be interested in doing an anime tier list?
that one will have to be in a little while. Yes,
Oh yeah,
generally at some point, but I need
eventually,
to
eventually.
get we would need to get a list together of things
Mm.
that we've both actually, well, like that's going to require a lot of crossover because I don't know if
Oh,
you know, but
absolutely.
like there is a lot of anime and there's also a lot of anime that I've watched, and that's going to take like some sort of
Some
archival.
years.
That's
Some
going to take
years.
some time because I need to put it all into a my anime list, and then we'll need to, what we might do is we'll have to hand create a tier list that consists of animes that we've both seen and then rate them,
Mm.
or at least one of us has seen,
Yep,
because we can't,
absolutely.
if we're rating just the most popular animes, then neither of us will get to say, but this is one anime that hardly anyone's watched and it's really good. I'd like to be able to introduce people, like,
Oh,
I think the point of
absolutely.
talking about what anime you've watched is to introduce other people to anime you enjoy, based on, you know, what animes they've said they've
Yeah,
enjoyed, and make recommendations, and so you can get recommendations. Talking about anime is about exchanging
that's
recommendations.
exactly
It's like a book club.
what me and a mate have done. We've made a list of about 70 anime that we've been slowly binge watching.
Wow.
In, in fact, they were just in chat. Bitsy. Oh boy.
So you're watching anime with Bitsy. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that one will have to be
that's gonna take a long
several weeks
time.
from now, because that's gonna take some logistics on our part.
Mm. And
But how
I
about
had
we
a
do
quick
something
announcement.
generic? Yeah.
I had a quick announcement. I need to activate my long service mod leave because in about 3 weeks' time, I embark on a 6 week vacation.
What? 6 week vacation? Wait, in the middle of the September holidays? That's gonna be longer than. Wait, when does
Oh,
school go in and
so
out?
I'm taking maybe a couple weeks off school actually. So with private schools, our holidays are a tiny bit different from most state schools.
Oh, okay.
So we have a week extra. So I'm sort of
Ah,
skipping maybe 3 weeks of school.
so
And
you're only
we're
missing like a
going
couple of weeks, not like 4 weeks,
hmm,
because that's
oh yeah.
that would have been different.
Thankfully, my GPA has been high enough to get my preferred A average, so I'm all good. And
Wow.
I'm getting not assessed on most of my exams, which is pretty good.
Mhm.
Only have to do my chemistry and my English assignment.
Fair, fair. Wow, 6 weeks. If you feel comfortable talking about it, are you
I'll,
going
I'll, I'll
overseas
talk.
somewhere or?
I'll talk about it a bit this stream and a bit next stream. So we're going on a 6 week trip to Europe. We leave
Wow.
Brisbane Airport, and guess how long the flight is to Perth, then to London.
So you go Brisbane to Perth, and then Perth
Yep.
to London.
Uh,
I don't think I've
yep.
done that one. I've only been overseas like once. Um, uh, let me do some quick calculations. It'd be at least a 12, 13 hour flight to Perth. Am I correct?
It's 5 hours to
5 hours.
Perth.
Okay. They must have faster planes than the one. Actually, that makes a lot more sense, because the plane I was using that calculations for definitely would be nowhere near as fast as an intercity
Where'd you
plane.
go? Where'd you go overseas? Sorry, Ross.
To America. And that wasn't the plane I was making combinations on, like calculations on. I was.
And how long was your flight? If Perth is 12 hours, holy.
No. That wasn't the plane. So that wasn't the
Oh,
plane that I was making the calculations on. I was basing it on another route to Brisbane, but it's a
I
much
see.
smaller plane. I'm not going to
So
say what that route was. But yeah,
it's about 5 hours to Perth. Then the
that
flight
must be,
from
yeah.
Perth to
Actually,
London is hellish.
that actually makes a lot more sense now that I'm thinking about it. Based on the fact that you, of course, would be on the big plane, not the small planes. Yeah. So 5 hours to Perth, and then from Perth to. I can't make that calculation. Is that one a 12-hour flight? I don't know how far away London is from us.
17 and a
17.
half.
Holy cow. So, on average, I probably would have got it right. Like a total of 24 hours in the air. That's pretty rough.
Then from London, going to good old France, Germany, Italy, hopping on a cruise in the Mediterranean, going to visit Greece, Turkey, Germany, Austria.
So, Turkey. Wow, that's really cool.
And the best part is the BMW museum in Munich. Yeah.
Wow. Of course. Of course you would have to go there. That's awesome.
And get to rent out a few nice cars in Germany and France was so much cheaper than in Australia. Let me go on a quick tangent. Uh, A6 Advant in Germany is like maybe 100,000 Australian dollars. In
Okay.
Australia, it's at least 160, $170,000.
Mm
So we're renting a A6 in Germany, Advant, so station wagon,
hmm. Mm hmm.
and a BMW station wagon in France.
Wow. Very nice. Very
Oh.
fancy.
And then in the UK, we're renting a Volkswagen. Oh,
But, I mean, that's fine, isn't it? It's like, it's, it's classic.
no, it's not a BMW though.
It,
Oh, Mercedes or Audi.
oh my gosh, such a tragedy.
It is. It's gonna be fun. I'll make sure to send pictures throughout if you want.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
uh, what was I gonna ask?
Generic tier list, yes.
Yeah. So so points of interest being cars, essentially. Is there anything else in Europe? You're excited to see?
watches. I want to buy a watch, but I don't got enough money since I spent most of my money on my other watch.
You
I
just got another watch, didn't you? You're planning to buy another watch already?
Okay, the last one I got was on the 11th of July. That was almost a month ago.
Almost. Man, you and I live so different lives. It's just fascinating. I'm just fascinated at this point.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah, okay, I'm
Compared to
hearing you
the
out.
amount of money you spent on computer equipment, it's nothing.
How
Unless it.
much?
Wait.
How much have? Well, okay, you don't have to say. How much do you think I've spent on a computer equipment?
No idea, but you got 40, 80, maybe 5 grand,
Less than
$5,000,
that.
$6,000.
Less than that. Way less than that. I got
In
that
that,
a year ago before all the prices went up. I got mine for like 3.5. My whole system for 3.5.
okay.
It was
In
pretty
that case,
bargain is what
I
I look
haven't,
for.
I haven't, I haven't spent more money on watches than you, but let's say I received a bit over
Yeah, exactly. And that's in the course of several
3
months.
months.
My computer, the last computer that I purchased, maybe roughly about the same budget. This is something over the course of 5, 6, 7 years, maybe. This is going to last me for
Oh,
another 6 to 7 years. So I'm just saying that
I see.
big once-off purchases. If you keep buying $1,000 watches, it will add up to being more than mine. So if we're doing comparisons, I'm just saying I'm not going to be spending
Haven't
$3,000 every single year. You know what I mean? Which
haven't
is fine. You
haven't
can buy
spent
watches
more
if
on
you
that.
want. I'm just saying if
I've
we're
received.
comparing.
Yes. But we're on the Mediterranean. We're gonna go on a cruise to visit as many destinations as possible. Visit some historic sites.
Hmm.
The main part is the food.
Yes,
I
the
love food.
food. Oh my
Italy,
gosh, I would
France,
love.
England.
I would love to eat all different European food. That
and
would be
what
amazing.
and then one other nice thing this in the year is a cruise to the South Pacific. And in this one, my family has no ambition to explore the Pacific Islands, so we're just gonna go relax on the ship and eat as much food as humanly possible.
Oh, that's the way to go. That sounds amazing. But
Mm.
also, if it were me, I would definitely explore the island. Islands, I should say. That sounds so fun. Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, one day, one
The best
day,
part is
one day.
I'm not spending a penny on it. He he he.
You're not your parents, your especially your father. So, you if I was gonna ask a question about the functions and things before, but like, do you really go to functions every other weekend? That must suck.
Yes. No, it doesn't. Because I get to spend time with dad and talk to some random old men.
Talking to the random old men is being that a perk. You do
That's
you.
how I met. That's how I met Peter Beattie's chief of staff, actually, which was pretty funny.
Oh, so you get to hobnob. I guess if you enjoy hobnobbing and chatting with people and
Mm.
being amongst the masses.
The
I'm
best
kidding.
part, by a wide margin, is the watch spotting on these old men.
Watch spotting. Is that a thing, is it?
The amount of watches I've seen worth more than brand new RAV4s and Camrys is ludicrous.
What? That's crazy.
It hurts my soul to see all of them in one place, too.
Does it?
Just, just thinking about how all the wrists is worth more than a bloody 5 bedroom house.
That's absolutely insane. It makes your purchases look quite reasonable, doesn't it?
Exactly.
If that's our
Old
scale,
mate here.
I guess if that's the
If
scale
old
you're
mate,
working on, I can see how that makes sense. My scale is like, I spent $50 on this watch, it better work. It's like I got this from the chemist. It was the best one they had, $49.95. That was back in the day, honestly. I don't really wear watches anymore. I just check the phone. I almost always have a computer screen near me that I can check. Or I can just pull out my phone and check the time. Like, it's super easy. Um,
now tier list.
where is it?
What tier list should we do?
Oh,
Or the
sorry.
next
I thought you were
minute?
suggesting one. Yeah, we should pick one more tier list to quickly run through. Oh my gosh, animated Disney movies. How do you feel about rating? Okay, I'm gonna ask you not how you feel about specific movies, but how do you feel about rating animated Disney movies? I wonder how big this list is. I'm just gonna check.
Oh,
No? Would you rather
I
not?
don't know. Rather not, bro.
Nah, that's okay. That's why I asked. That's why I asked.
Thank you.
Fan fiction
How
tropes.
about
Oh my gosh, that's not something you probably need to be involved with. Don't even worry about it. Just forget I said
Pulp
anything.
Fiction? Pulp Fiction?
Where's sorry?
What one?
Nothing. I said fan fiction tropes, but you definitely don't need to know what they are. You're too
No,
young
I'm
and
fine. I'm
innocent.
fine. Yeah, no, I'm fine, bestie.
You're fine, as in I'm fine. I don't need to know what that is,
I know what they are already.
and you don't need to know further. Oh my
I
gosh!
don't need to look more of it. The
Holy
lads go on some
cow!
strange rabbit holes. How about
That's too many.
tiny anime list? Wait,
No, no, no.
before we
We need to do a we need to do a proper anime list. Uh, TV. How about
fuck it.
TV and movies? Let's see what's in TV, movies, and
Okay,
cartoons.
okay.
Let's see. Like something
Have
like
you?
generic. Sorry,
That's all. Have you ever seen Fruits Basket, the anime?
I have. It's really good.
I started to rewatch it, and oh, I need to ban someone. Hee hee.
Oh yes. Cruz was telling me that I need to use a thing, and it's called banned words, and then you ban certain words, and then they can't do their spam messages. And he said he was going to send me through his ban list. So, when I talk to him next, I might ask him if he can send that through to me. Or
No, my job's getting stolen. Oh well,
no,
it's
if
easy
you
for
got
me.
look, I need to prepare. If you're going away for 6 weeks, I gotta have some auto, and it's
Oh no,
not gonna stop
absolutely,
all. It's
absolutely.
and also it wouldn't stop everybody anyway. So, also the job of the moderator is like not to be like if it, like repetitive. If a robot can do like the basic stuff and then you do the tricky things of like manage wrangling people, then yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, I was jesting, so.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying that like just generally there's definitely still a need for
Oh, that
moderators.
I saw a very funny tier list, but we don't need to do it.
What one was that?
Email cartoon.
Female cartoons.
No, nope. You can ignore that.
Okay, I can't see it. So, what if we did this is TV movies. It's not really. Hmm. Hmm. I don't
Car
know.
brands.
I don't think I'd be able to rate those very well.
I see. Okay, okay.
I don't
Hmm.
know.
Fast food chains.
Oh, oh yeah. Where's? Sorry, where did you see that one? Or are you just saying it?
Oh, I'm just saying that could work.
Yeah. Let me do a quick search. Search. There we go.
We're already done food list. Let's keep the streak going.
Aussie fast food chains.
Oh, and is there any Gen Z or young whippersnapper terms you need me to de-translate for you?
I think I'm good for now. What? What the heck is half of these? Okay, so that one's no good. Uh, what is this? What is this? That's not the new Red Roast, no, because that's Red Roast over there. I don't know this one. Uh, wha-
What is that? I'm just seeing it on Twitch because the stream ended on Discord, but oh, that's very interesting.
some
The
of
one
these
with
are
the
fine. I think we might not be able. I don't think I could do half of these. I think we would have to like build our own because none of these are any good. Um,
I see. How about let's something easy. Aussie chips. I saw a tier list that had like 5 chips on it. Like Aussie fast food chips, like McDonald's,
oh, Aussie hot
KFC,
chips. Yeah,
Honey
yeah,
Dip.
yeah. Yes, yes. Here's a mini. This is perfect. Yeah, this is a mini list that we can do. We're gonna do this one. Let's open that one
I
over
think I
there.
found it when I was searching for a drink list.
Cool. Uh, hang on. How are we supposed to tell whose chips these are? Except for the ones that we can tell.
I can
Um.
tell. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the first one then, Cap? You go. You
Fish
go
and
first.
chips. That's fish and chips chip.
Oh, but who's fish and chips? You can get
From the
different chips.
local,
Yeah, but
from the
they're
local
all
chipper.
different.
From the local chipper though.
Okay. Then what's the one next to it? Where are those chips from?
That's from the local fish and chipper as well.
How are we supposed to rate them?
Sorry, correction. Sorry, my bad. So according to my precise calculations, the first one is likely to be from a pub because that little brown thing in there, I think that might be like a piece of meat. So I think the one to the left is pub
Okay.
style chips.
Okay,
One
pub
to the right
style,
looks
fish
like
and
the
chip
fish and
style.
chips, and then the third one I think it's wedges.
Is that? I think you might be right. Wedges, and
The
then
fourth,
the fourth.
that's,
I know where the fourth one is from. It's from the burger. It's like from the local burger joint that does chicken
yeah.
and chips, not fish and chips. It's the chicken and chips shop. Then
And there's Hungry Jack's,
that's Hungry Jack's, of course.
KFC,
KFC, McDonald's.
Macca's.
What's that middle? What's
That's
the?
from. So I know that one. They probably don't have anywhere close to you.
Hmm.
It's this place called Nando's.
Oh,
Nando's.
I've
They make the,
I've been to a Nando's though. I didn't recognize the bowl though. I can rate Nando's
so
chips.
Nando's
A Porto.
have the best seasoning on their chips. Yep, that's popular in
Peri
Sydney.
peri.
Then the third one is Snitchled, I think.
Oh, snitties? Snitchels? Or no, what is it called? Snitties. It's just called snitties, isn't it?
Is it?
I think.
Okay.
I think that was in the other tier list. Okay, I can rate these. Okay. So for me, the local pub chips are like generally on average they're C tier. When you get them from like sit down pub meal, they're usually okay to below average.
My heart.
It depends which one you're going to. Okay, maybe B tier. Maybe some of these. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. B tier because I've had S tier. I've had A and S tier ones, and I've also had negative D tier ones. Like this is such a wild way to do a tier list. But here we go. Cap, where would you put the average of all pub chips that you've ever eaten?
I will say two things.
Yeah.
Number one, the best pub style chips I've had was at a university campus. The second thing is, they're pretty average compared to other chips, but like B tier, because they often come heavily seasoned with salt, chicken salt, where I'm from, and that seasoning makes a massive difference.
My experience is that when you get chips on a plate, they often don't even have the option of chicken salt seasoning. If you're getting chicken salt on your chips, you're more likely to be in a chicken chip or a fish and chip shop. You can probably ask for it, but like most sit down, like classic restaurant style chips, I say restaurant, pub restaurant, it's essentially the same thing. Like the pub has the restaurant attached. Honestly, no, I'm thinking about it. I rarely get mine with chickens, as in they don't have chicken salt to put on them. So I'm gonna move mine back down to C tier. I think it's correct because the average of what I've experienced have been okay. I wouldn't not eat them. They'd be like, oh, these are chips to go with my thing, and you put other stuff on it, and you barely notice it. It's just filler.
You make a really good point. Now that I think about it. Yeah, I agree. C tier.
Yeah, I don't mean to change my mind, but if you're thinking about like your university chips, like, are you sure that wasn't a cafe shop? Because that's definitely
that was a university clubhouse, but
yeah, no.
Again,
We're thinking.
Don't think it's open for students.
Yeah, like if no, well. Anyways, what I mean is that the places I'm thinking of are like, you know, places attached to hotel motels, places that like have the restaurant and gaming area, those sit at RSLs, those sort of places, and sometimes they're like, oh, this is pretty good, but the best they usually get is A tier, but they can also be like they're very solidly B to C tier average generally.
Absolutely.
Now,
Next one from your
I
local fish and chipper.
Local fish and chippo, totally different. They almost always have the option of chicken salt. If they get the good chips and they cook them properly, it's somewhere between A and S tier. They're pretty good. In fact, the
Of the same mind,
the best
but
chips I've ever eaten, some of the best chips I've ever eaten. I'm gonna put it in A tier, but I think I may move it up to S tier when I see where all of these other ones fall.
of
Because
the same
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
of the same mind. Sarah,
Where would you like to
when
put
you
it?
order, oh, A tier, obviously.
A tier.
But
Yep.
when you order fish and chips, what, when I ask for chicken salt or salt, what do you ask? What do you
Oh,
answer?
it's always chicken salt. There isn't. That's not actually a question.
It
I'm just
is a
resharing
question.
the screen there
I'm
for a
a
sec.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, because
But
otherwise it's a
I'm a
delay.
little silly Billy, and I ask for both, but be heavy on the chicken salt and light on the salt.
I okay. I don't have enough um social capital to ask for that. I just say chicken salt, please. I'm like, please and thank you, and I'm sorry for being a nuisance. Like
I'll do like an
I probably
observation.
that sounds like a great idea, but I'm not actually gonna put those words in my mouth and actually ask for it. If I was making it at home though, like in homemade chips, I would definitely like salt it up. All different things.
Absolutely.
So wedges,
Um,
I'm going to assume these wedges are fairly nicely done from either a pub, cafe, restaurant. I think they're going to be solidly. If you get the dips with them, if we rate them by themselves, they're probably about C, maybe B tier, maybe B tier. Sweet potato wedges, oh, amazing.
mm,
But we're not rating
I
sweet
gave
potato
you potato
wedges.
chips
These
right here.
are quite clearly potato wedges. So they'd probably be a low B, high C for me. Where would you
So,
put them?
trust me, you know that frozen chip brand, McAaron's chips? I know the name, but they
Uh,
make horrible wedges. So it's gonna take my
McCain's
tank my
or a
average
different
from
one?
McCain.
Oh yeah, yeah,
McCain's that one. I
yep.
think they make horrible wedges. Do not buy them. They're not worth it.
I don't usually buy frozen wedges.
At a restaurant, they smack so hard, B tier.
Well, you got to deep
But
fry them. Like if you're cooking them at home, like baking them or pan frying them and stuff like that. Air fryer. I haven't done air fried since I haven't bought wedges, or I haven't had wedges, I should say, since I've bought my air fryer to know how they taste. But deep fried, having run a cafe before, oops, spoilers, having run a cafe before, um, I can tell you that the difference is deep frying them. Regardless what other method you use at home, unless you use also using a deep fryer, it's not going to taste the same. Mind you, some of these places have deep fryers and still stuff it up, but you need a deep fryer to get going to like even get on the tier list.
true,
But agree. So you would put them uh
B tier, they're
B tier?
banging.
Yeah, yeah. You can put them higher
But
if you want.
the big question,
Yep.
sauces. What do you dip each of these in?
Um, I honestly am interested to try whatever the house sauce is. So if it comes with aioli, I'll eat the aioli. If it comes with sweet chili, I'll eat
Respect,
the sweet chili.
respect,
Yeah,
respect.
I will.
I
I'm a sauce connoisseur, and I will try
mm,
almost any type of sauce that isn't cheesy. So if it's like a cheesy type sauce, I won't eat it. But other than that, I'm up for anything pretty much. I do
you just lost
enjoy.
all the respect. You just lost all the respect I just gave you. I'm sorry.
Why? You know I don't like your cheese.
Please, but still.
I tell you every time. Your respect for me should already be totally evaporated. I don't know why you're still here.
I forgot. You're my all masterful Twitch streamer who I am practically the slave to. You
That is
what?
not that is not
Emily,
correct.
can I
No.
escape the
That's
dungeon,
weird.
please, Saria?
Hey?
Can I escape the dungeon? Yay.
You
Uh,
you could skip the dungeon, but also like that's you could leave anytime, but you can't stay here. No, hang on, that's Hotel California. No, you can check out, but no, you can leave anytime, but you can't check out. I can't remember how it goes. Anyways,
oh well.
welcome to the Hotel
At home,
California.
I use tomato sauce, but the real question is,
Oh no,
what tomato sauce brand?
no, I'm sorry. I don't think we can be friends anymore. I have barbecue sauce always at home. I never have tomato sauce at home. It's always barbecue sauce. If we're talking about sauces at home that I just regularly have, I either have some sort of fancy aioli or mayonnaise or peronaise, which is
I
really
should
good. I love
recover that.
peronaise.
You could drink from my soft drink.
I
How?
I look.
How dare you?
I will look. I'll eat tomato sauce on like a Dagwood dog. I'll eat tomato sauce on hot chips while I'm out and about if that's all they've got and they squirt it on, and that's fine. But if there's the option, I'm going for barbecue. Like, I won't not eat tomato sauce, but it's definitely, I'll eat if it's there. It's like my. Okay, I guess we need to do a condiments list at some
Yes,
point as
that's next.
well.
Uh, actually, now that I think about it,
Mm.
I use tomato sauce for one thing only.
Mm.
That's for chips.
Yep,
Everything else is aioli or barbecue sauce.
that's fair. I really like aioli, really like barbecue.
I
If
love
you haven't
barbecue
had
aioli.
if you haven't had the, I mean, I know we're about to talk about Nando's in a bit, but like, if you can get the Nando's Peronaise from the shop, that's really good. In particular, like the Nando's one, but any sort of Peronaise is pretty good. But the Nando's is
Oh,
always superior.
when we're distracted on the topic of sauces,
Mm.
what did you feel of the sauces I sent you earlier this week?
Oh yeah. I think I saw that around. I don't remember what their names were. Obviously,
Frozen
it's
bacon,
you know what? Okay, you want to know what
frozen
I think? I'm
garlic.
gonna tell you what I think. For reals,
Tell me.
seriously. I think it's just a big marketing ploy, and obviously,
Mm,
people want to get mad. They want people to get mad about chocolate mayonnaise. They
absolutely.
want them to get mad
Sweet
about.
cocky mayonnaise.
Well, I get it. Like, I get the marketing ploy, and the other one. So they've got at least two very, one very controversial, one semi-controversial. The semi-controversial one is the coriander, because people have that soap thing, and some people were like, "Oh yeah, it's really good," and some people were like, "No, it tastes like soap," or coriander, the
I
flavor.
personally, I'll
Mm.
personally drink all of them because they sound really good. Sorry, eat. Correction. I will
Direct.
eat
I was
all
gonna
of them.
say, that's a different kind of. Oh dear.
Personally, I love I love some weird food combinations, and I'm up to try something new if I don't pay for it because I'm not wasting my hard-earned money for a $5 bottle of chocolate mayonnaise.
If it's awful, yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
I think of these ones. Like, if there was samples and they had like a plate of chips, and I could take a chip and dip a chip in and like taste to see if I liked it, and then if I liked it, then I would buy a bottle. I would definitely try the smoky bacon. That sounds amazing. I love smoky bacon flavored things.
absolutely,
Um,
absolutely, absolutely.
I'd, out of curiosity, try the coriander. I don't have the soap gene, so I would try the coriander one too, but I wouldn't be quite as excited about it. So that'd be, so if it, in terms of ones I'd try and that I'd be excited to try, I'd be super excited to try smoky bacon. I'd be neutral about tasting the coriander because I'll be like, oh, it's just mayonnaise with a bit of coriander flavor. And then for the morbid curiosity, I would try the chocolate mayonnaise one just for the morbid curiosity to pop one in my mouth and to go, that was interesting or that was awful. So for the lols, I'd try that one, and the other two,
Mm,
they're
absolutely,
they're cheesy ones, so I wouldn't have them. So yeah, that's how
I
that's how
agree.
I anticipate those flavors, I guess.
Mm.
Oh, I should have put that up on screen while I was talking about it. Ah, well.
Oh
Um,
well.
close enough. Anyways, we're talking about the Heinz, like, I don't, that's not even a link. Okay, we were talking about the
Oh,
Heinz
the
things.
being weirdos. They're
um,
making they're doing a marketing trick. It's not very good, guys.
what?
Yep. Sorry.
Cafe style. Cafe style. I say cafe and uh
Huh?
honestly, like burger
Chicken
joint.
place.
No, where are these ones from then? These are just
Uh,
another style of chicken and chips
the
shop
ones on the
chips.
left. So, I they remind me so much of like if you're in a small town, right?
Yeah.
A local like semi-restaurant cafe thingy majiggy that does
Well,
burger things.
I'd call it. So you call that your local burger
Chippo.
place? Yeah, your Chippo.
I'll say chippo.
Yeah, Chippo burger joint. You're just trying to think of other words to use to describe it so people understand what we're talking about. But maybe even your local cafe. like a coffee shop that
Maybe
also has some hot food. Um, Convenience stores, food workses in particular. Those sorts of places that have hot chips and chicken. Oh yeah, so this is the fish and chips one, and this is the pub one. So this is like your cafe and other ones. Oh, sorry, that's yours. Mine goes in S tier. The best chips I've ever eaten have come from a food works.
that is.
Perfectly crisp,
Oh,
airy, and perfectly salted with chicken salt, like perfectly coated, perfectly cooked, and they bought the right brand of chip. I couldn't tell you what kind of brand of chip it was, but whatever they did, it was amazing. So the best chips I've ever eaten. Mind you, I've had some from that are pretty garbage. So if I'm thinking about the best chip I've ever eaten at those sort of places, it's an S tier, and probably the
that's
same
tough.
for these ones. So yeah,
Personally, I think those types of chips hit the hardest
yeah,
when
good.
you're in the middle of nowhere. I think they're high A tier
High A tier.
because
That's fair. That's
my
fair.
dentist, because my mother is a Asian woman. She knows all of the other connections to everyone.
Mhm.
Our dentist is in the middle of nowhere, New South Wales.
Yeah.
Take the long drive each time for that discount. But they have this like all things bakery, bakehouse, restaurant of sorts,
Yeah.
and the chips there. Oh, they're so good. It's like
Mm.
done by like a 40-year-old guy smoking a cigarette, but like
Yeah.
they're
This
so
is the equivalent of the best pie in all of Queensland being in some small little bakery in Kilcoy. Like
yeah.
it's that kind of level
What
of.
bakery is that?
Uh,
What bakery is that?
there's a couple of different ones, but one in particular that's semi-famous is the Kilcoy Bakery. Is quite good. I think there's entire Reddit threads to dedicate to like finding the best, where are the best pies. I think there are like Reddit threads about that and stuff like that.
I'm
What's
gonna
what?
check that out later.
Yeah, what's wrong with Kilcoy?
It's just as a proud Southeast Queenslander, Yatla Pies and I think Logan
Yeah,
is by far
I've
the best.
this. Sorry, this is my point though. It's that there are so many places that everybody has their niche little, oh, there's this one place I go to and it's amazing, and that's really great. Like that's, I think everybody should have a little place like that where it's like, these guys, they make the best thing and not many people know about them, but if you're in the area you should definitely swing by there. Like there should be somewhere like that for everybody. I think it doesn't have to be
Quick
yours
fun
is
fact.
better than mine.
Um,
Like you
fun
just
fact.
happen to be near yours.
Next to Yatla Pies, it's in a light industrial area. Uh, like down the road, there's a factory that makes the radiators in Ferraris. A fun thing.
Ah, so dinner and a show.
Real.
Okay,
Anyway,
let's move on.
Hungry Jack.
Hungry Jacks. Whenever I've had Hungry Jack's chips, I've always been very satisfied. I think they're A tier. I think Hungry Jacks do a good job for
Mm.
fast food chips. Yeah, I feel comfortable with that decision. Where would you put Hungry Jack's chips?
We are of the same mind for most chips. It appears a solid A tier.
Yep,
I think they're very good for fast food chips. But have you been to Guzman and Gomez before? That Mexican fast food chain?
I have now. Just recently, I managed to travel out and have some within this year for the first time. So yes, I have.
Their chips, I think, are perfectly seasoned with that little spicy dusting. That's not overly spicy, but has
Hmm.
that nice flavor.
I tend to agree. Yeah. Um,
Mm.
the quality of the chips are just like solid, maybe B tier, but the seasoning and spice of it brings it probably up to an A.
Mm.
We don't have that on that list to rate though, so that's okay. Um, unless this is a. Let me just zoom in on this. What? What? Hold on.
KFC.
Yeah, Snits. Oh, it is just called Snits. I thought it was called Snitties. I don't know. I obviously haven't been to that one very often. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I just had to re-zoom out everything.
Mm.
KFC chips. These
Can I guess?
have some.
I'm gonna guess for you.
No, no,
I'm
no.
gonna guess for you.
Okay, you guess for me. Where am I going to put them?
It's when your addiction of KFC, it's gonna be at least an A tier or potentially S.
No. Well, okay, so here's the thing. And I'm not. I just. Look, I've got certain options. KFC is one of them. However, KFC is some of the most inconsistent chips that I've had. They're probably more inconsistent than, pub chips. That being the case, when they're good, they're amazing. And when they're horrible, they're down here. So, in the interests
Ooh.
of like where the average sits of ones that I've had,
So the
considering where the
chicken tenders keep you coming then.
oh,
Ooh.
the chicken tenders. The chicken tenders is why I keep going back. The chip, I'm not there necessarily for the chips. If you ask for like, I don't know, if you ask, no, rather, if you go at the correct time of day, sometimes you get better quality. It's just, it's so random. It changes with the phases of the moon. I'm gonna have to rank
I have
them
to
B
agree with you.
because of the wild inconsistency. But when I average them out over across, there's only a handful of instances where they're A or S tier, whereas most of the
Uh,
time they sit here. Yeah.
I I half agree with you, except I love the inconsistency because their
Uh.
bad bits that you've described, I actually like them when they're a bit soggy, because they absorb all that seasoning.
Okay. That's. I mean, fine. So would you A tier then?
I'll
Or
actually put them in A tier and move Hungry Jack's down to B tier.
okay, choices. Um, McDonald's. Okay,
I feel
I'll
like
let you go for this one. McDonald's
I heard
fries.
the sass in that, but Macca's, they're classic, but like they're nothing special.
Yeah. Sorry. Where did you say?
Probably B tier.
B tier. Yeah.
I love dipping them in ice cream. That's
Oh,
my highlight.
yeah. Macca's fries are not exciting by themselves. That you need to put something on them or with them. And that being said, that then they don't stand on their own 2 feet. You need something else with them. The texture is.
Wait,
Hmm?
hear me out.
Okay.
When you go to a fast food chain, what sauces do you get from each restaurant?
Uh, Specifically McDonald's. I really like their sweet and sour because it's unique to them. So I get their sweet and sour because it's different to. So
Okay,
sweet and
okay.
sour at every location is different, and I like getting all the different flavors of sweet and sour sauce. If sweet and sour for whatever reason was unavailable, I'd probably go to their. I think they have a smoky barbecue. Oh no, that's KFC. Honestly, I haven't encountered an instance where McDonald's hasn't had a sweet and sour. Oh, you can get the McChicken sauce and the aioli sauce. I'd probably get McChicken or aioli from McDonald's because you can get it in a little tub. Um,
Now,
so that's quite good.
Saria,
Yeah.
you said you love aioli, correct?
Yes.
The best aioli I've ever had, or one of the best, was from Hungry Jack's. Their aioli was so good.
I'll take your word for it. I don't get Hungry Jacks often enough. Like, as in, there isn't a Hungry Jacks here, so I can't really.
Okay, that's fair.
I can't say, oh, you get one to actually, the couple of times I've been to Hungry Jack's and gotten the sauce, because normally on Hungry Jack's you get like chips and a burger and a drink. I don't often get something that you can dip something sauce in. And I'm not going to pay extra for a sauce. Like, if it comes with
That's
something,
fair.
I'll do it. Unless. So, the couple of times I have gotten a sauce at Hungry Jack's, though, when there has been a dippable thing, like the chicken fries, which are amazing, sorry, chicken chippies, the honey mustard that they do is
They have
amazing.
honey mustard?
Not anymore! They're gone! So apparently, like at some point, the next time I went to like, oh, you've got the honey mustard, and like, no, sorry, and I'm like, oh, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't do that anymore. It's like, oh, I don't know when they stopped selling it, but like because there's such long gaps between me going to Hungry Jack's, at some
That's
point
so
they
not
just stopped
fair.
selling honey mustard. So I don't know when that happened. It must have been quite some time ago now that I found that out. But like I was super sad. So I would have to say the honey mustard from Hungry Jack's is one of my favorites, but then again, I don't really get a lot of sauces from Hungry Jack's in general, so
That is tough.
yeah, I was really sad about that. Otherwise, like, I'm sure the aioli is fine. I just haven't had it often enough to
Mm.
remember what it tastes like. If we're talking about KFC sauces, again, sweet and sour is really good. Next up from that is probably the smoky barbecue, and then probably the aioli is pretty solid. The creamy aioli is pretty solid too. So those are my top three from KFC. Um, Anywhere else, like whatever their aioli comes with, whatever is fine. But generally speaking, if I'm buying hot chips from a random shop and I want something to dip it in, I'll just buy something from Woolies or IGA or something like that. Um,
Fair.
and just like then it's the sauce that I have at home that I like, you know. Um, bless you.
That's fair. Thank you.
Right,
Yeah.
McDonald's chips. McDonald's chips are simply a vehicle for other things or just filler. So these chips are a filler, and I think that they are. They're not terrible, terrible. I think they're C. And I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
think I
That's
think
fair.
that
That's
I
fair.
think they're just fine. They're fine. They're nothing, and they're fine. They sit alongside your meal, the same as pub chips. Look,
I
I
love
have had
putting
some A
the
and
chips
B
in
tier
burgers.
ones, but like that's fairly infrequent. And that being the case, that's only when they're hotter and they put slightly more salt on them. If they're not hotter, if they're slightly fresher and they've just come out of the thing and they put a little bit extra salt on more than normal. But honestly, McDonald's is really consistent, and you know exactly what you're going to get. They sit in the C tier, but they're a solid C. They're a high C because you always know what you're going to get, and it's going to be exactly the same every
Absolutely.
time. McDonald's
Mm.
super consistent. They're just not that exciting. Um,
You make a valid point, except
except
yes. So except, um, I love putting them in my burgers.
yeah, that's fair. And again, it goes well with other things. But if we're talking about them standing on their own two feet, they're gonna fall over a bit because they're little skinny fries and they fall over.
Mm.
Now you said these ones are the Nando's chips here. I
Yes,
think they're
Nando's.
S. Are delicious. I love the peri peri salt, and when I bought peri peri salt to put on my chips at home, it elevated them to S rank as well. So the peri peri salt on Nando's chips is god tier. So yes, that is the correct answer.
Of the exact same mine,
S
S
tier,
tier as well. It's
absolutely.
seasoned perfectly, and the chips was it's actually a proper restaurant,
Yep,
and
deep fry it, and it's beautiful and
now it's
delicious.
only like 20% more expensive than like Macca's with the price hikes at Macca's, so
Yeah,
which is
well,
worth it.
honestly, everything's more expensive now. It has been a little while since I've been to a Nando's and gotten the thing, but because their flavors are so distinctive and so delicious and like unique, um, well, maybe not unique, but like as for a fast food restaurant, I can still clearly remember the taste of Nando's, even though it's been like probably more than 12 months since I've had Nando's. But I can remember the lemon and herb flavor of the chicken, and the sauce. I can remember the flavor of the chip. Like it's very vivid in my memory. So that's a good chip. That's a good chip.
Mm.
Um, a,
Absolutely.
a Porto. Honestly,
I've never had them.
I can't even remember the last time I had a Porto. I'm not going to rank it because I don't remember. Say you've never had a Porto.
No,
Yeah, I'm sure I've had a Porto at some point. I just can't remember what they taste like. And cities, I think I've been like twice, and I thought they were like pretty good. I
I
think
thought
they're
they were
good
pretty
chips.
average chips,
Yeah, I'm gonna
but
put mine
I'll
as
give them B.
B. Yeah, so I honestly, I know I've had them more recently than I've had a Porto, but honestly, they just seemed fine. I didn't think of them going, oh, these are kind of average. I probably went, oh, this is good, and the burgers are good too. So I think it's fair to say B tier. That's the end of the tier list. I'll have to wrap up now, but
Mm.
Cap, we will work on. We probably do. We've done a couple of tier list weekends now, so
Yeah,
um,
let's do next Sunday something new,
yeah, something
something
different.
more.
Maybe an art stream, maybe a game stream.
It's
Um,
been a while since our art stream actually.
I'll see. I'll see what I've got. I could probably come up with something to
Mm.
create. But yeah,
Panel art, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Hmm?
channel art, maybe. I don't see why not.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll, as in if I've got an idea of what to do on stream, of what to make, I'll do it. I don't want to do the
Yeah,
like the
righto.
brainstorming on stream because otherwise people will be like, "This is boring." But yeah, well that sounds good. Alrighty, thank you, Cap, and
I
thank you
have
for
some potential ideas that I might send to you over the week if I remember my ideas, but
yeah, sounds
it's been
good.
fun as always. Thank you for stream
Yeah,
and have a good one.
excellent. All right, Cap, I'm gonna hang up from the call and then I'll do the outro stuff. So I'll catch you later. Bye.
Righto.
Alrighty, here we go. Okay, thank you everyone for joining, and we will. And if you're listening back to the VOD and you want to fight me on these, that's fine. I don't care. Um, we're going to raid somebody who is live. Uh, uh, somebody who we're not going to bother, somebody who who won't be annoyed by the raid at least. Not that I think any of those. Well, that one's an unmanned stream, so it doesn't really matter. Let's not bother, cutie. Who do we have? Okay, let's go for. Okay, I just need regular Twitch. Let's have a look at the front page here. We should do. Last time we just did Australia, and then scrolled through, and that seemed to work quite well last time. Whoops. Why is that auto-filling? That's not what I selected. Australia. There we go. Add. Add. Still ads. Lots and lots of ads. First time playing Ocarina of Time. So VTuber, Australia.
Capitalism says I have an idea for raid.
Who have you got for raid, Cap? If you've got a good idea.
So, no worries. Well, I hope you guys are excited about it.
Who have you got? Okay, let's have a look. Is there a different spelling? Oh, hang on. Why didn't that come up? Okay, that was weird. I literally just copied and pasted that.
Pink. Purple and pink. Pink? Okay.
We're biased.
Wait, why have I got it?
Make sure to place all the pets and
What?
all your mount whistles.
Why have I got a
Kawawa naman sila if
Your bub's turned into a drool machine
ad?
for you.
Hang on, I'll wait till the ad's over. Yay! English VTuber. Oh, EN VTuber. I didn't know that was a tag you could have. Cozy Gaming. And what are they playing? Sunhaven. There we go. Cool. Well, if we wanted to raid in, that sounds good. Come on. Here we are.
Beautify tomorrow. Okay, good night.
This is cool. I don't know.
Yes.
and then starting tomorrow we will do the actual fucking quest.
Okay.
That's cool. I didn't know you can do that. That's cool.
People, go to
Why am I
sleep.
not sleeping? I said yes.
I hear XGS the
Oh my-
background.
Go to sleep. Oh my
I
god.
am.
Is everyone in bed?
It doesn't want me to sleep.
They're not finishing up stream, are they?
Everyone, okay.
Oh my god.
We're sleeping.
My god.
We're sleeping.
My god.
We're sleeping.
I think we just have to wait. I think we just have to wait until everyone's in bed. Maybe that's why. We're too panicked. Why
Yeah,
are we
that
too
is
panicked?
chaotic
Why are we so
Sunhaven.
panicked?
I don't
told you,
understand
Rio.
too either.
I told you.
Don't understand either. Sabotage.
Here we go. Okay. Sorry, I've got it sorted now.
Wait. The
Nearly.
tabs are way too close to each other. Okay, wait. I'm getting.
Nope,
confused.
that's in the wrong window. Let me find my window. Here we are. Now I can do the raid.
Get our crop.
We'll do a follow,
Hi.
and then it will follow. That will show up in my following.
But can we get our crops yet?
Okay,
No.
fine. Fuck that.
No, we have to. It's 5 days, I think. Something like that.
Oh, I see.
Love the chaos. Yes.
Where the fuck?
Thank you, Rio.
Oh,
At least someone appreciates me.
Saria? Hi, welcome to the Little Foxes. Welcome home. Remember, we'll take care of you
bitch
here.
ate my.
Hi, thank you so much for the follow. How are you?
Here we go.
Hey,
Here we
what
go.
happened to one of my wheat
Why?
crops?
Why?
It's
Who ate? What
gone.
bitch ate it?
I think, yeah, the dinosaur bitch ate it.
There's a dinosaur
Oh,
bitch?
the dinosaur bitch? Okay.
Yeah, the pink one.
Rating. Here we go.
I messaged the bitches on Sunhaven, the thing. It
Hi.
says like, oh, you check it, you check it,
Sorry,
you
am I
uncheck it
saying
so the
your
No,
name
seasonal
right?
test doesn't come.
The
It still ate
dinosaur,
the
this
bitch.
okay, no. The dinosaur bitch
Hold
is
on,
like,
guys. Sorry, it's a little chaotic. Am I saying your name right? Is it Saria? Oh my god!
no,
Oh my
like the
god!
seasonal bosses. That's the seasonal bosses,
Hey,
like the one with the jump rope.
wait, guys, hold on. I got raided. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate
There we go.
it. Thank you. Hold on, I'll give you a shout.
Time to finish the stream. Whoa.